Humans need a wide range of natural resources to create the products modern civilization needs. While alternative forms of energy are becoming more viable, most nations need coal, natural gas, and uranium to provide energy. Similarly, oil is necessary for powering vehicles and transportation industry. Mining allows humans to use these resources. Benefits of responsible mining include supply of raw materials needed for construction of roads and hospitals or manufacturing of products, such as automobiles, employment creation, source of income, and foreign exchange for the mining country. Mined substances are used to build houses and make computers and satellites. Electricity is also generated from mined materials. Well-structured mining engages with the locals and provides them with jobs, raising the living standards of the community. Revenues generated from mining activities help in developing facilities such as schools, hospitals, and other social amenities. These activities promote business enterprise in the mining regions. For instance, they promote growth in rental houses to provide accommodation for miners. Growth in business such as hotels is expected to cater to worker needs. Mining resources are important foreign exchange earners and contribute significantly to gross domestic product. Mining is a source of mineral resources important for maintaining and upgrading living standards. It is the extraction of valuable and non-renewable minerals or other geological substances from Earth. Manganese, tantalum, copper, nickel, iron, gold, silver, and diamonds are just some examples of what is mined. Mining is intended to obtain resources that cannot be produced through agricultural activities or manufactured artificially in a laboratory or factory. Some mining practices are controversial. Mountaintop removal mining, for example, allows mining companies to extract a significant amount of coal at far lower cost, but its destructiveness has led to protections for the environment. However, because coal and oil release carbon dioxide when used as fuel, some argue that mining increases global warming. There are many types of abundant minerals that can be found in the Philippines. As we all know, Philippines is rich in mineral resources. We have tons of mineral deposits that are scattered in our islands, and our country is known as the 5th most mineral-rich country in the world for gold, nickel, copper, and chromite, which classifies as metals. It is home to the largest copper-gold deposit in the world. The Mines and Geosciences Bureau has estimated $840 billion worth of untapped mineral wealth. Minerals are naturally occurring, homogeneous inorganic solid substance having a definite chemical composition and characteristic crystalline structure, color, and hardness, and anything that concentration of these minerals that has potential economic value is considered a mineral resource. Metals, non-metals, and metalloids are materials that are obtained from mining, and they have different types of properties. Metals are solid and have their atoms closed, which are very good at conducting heat as well as electricity. They are shiny, they are dense, and can only melt at high temperatures, and most of them show no significant differences between topsoil and subsoil or proximity. Non-metals are gases that do not exhibit metallic properties and have their atoms either closed or far apart, such as oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon, chlorine. They are dull and they are insulators of heat. They have low density and will melt at low temperatures. Its shape cannot be changed easily because they are brittle and will break. Metalloids are elements whose properties are intermediate between those of metals and solid non-metals, such as silicon, boron, antimony, germanium, arsenic, and tellurium. They can be shiny or dull, and their shape is easily changed. Electricity and heat can travel through metalloids, but not as easy as they travel through metal. Minerals and metals are very valuable commodities. For example, manganese is a key component of low-cost stainless steel. It is also used to decolor glass, but in higher concentrations, it actually makes lavender-colored glass. Tantalum is used in cell phones, pagers, and laptops. Copper and tin are used to make pipes, cookware, electrical application, construction, antibacterial, and coins and sculptures. Almost 65% of produced copper is used in electrical application because copper is popular with its high conductivity. Chromite is essential in metal additive and chemical use. It is one of the most important minerals that is used in alloy making. added because of its hardness and allows less oxidation and corrosion to a metal once added with chromite. Gold, silver, and diamonds are used to make jewelry. Silver is used in silverware, dental industry, and photography, and is actually the highest electrical and thermal conductor, but not typically used because of its higher price than copper. Why are we mining? Mining is a money-making business. Not only do mining companies prosper, but governments also make money from revenues. Workers also receive income and benefits. Even without permits, small-scale companies enter the mining industry, turning into illegal mining. The sad fact is that a lot of gold brought from the small-scale miners is being smuggled out of the Philippines. Mining companies should have permits to operate the mining, but this thing takes a lot of money and papers to process in order to be legal. Mining companies in some countries are required to follow environmental and rehabilitation codes, ensuring the area mined is returned close to its original state. Some mining methods may have significant environmental and public health effects. In the Philippines, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources is reassessing the impact of mining in the environment, and the status of mining industry in the country is not looking good. More mining operations permit will be suspended because as we get closer to some parts of the country, the rich color of red earth begins to cut into the landscape, even bleeding into the sea. Out of the 40 mines in the country, 22 are found in Caraga, making it the mining capital of the Philippines. Entire mountains are carved up to collect nickel-rich laterites, which are exported on a fleet of ships, and these laterites flows into the sea and covering the coast with mud and silt. DENR points out that the problem is those are foreign businessmen and it's not the people benefiting from their own resources. About 30 million hectares of land areas in the Philippines is deemed as possible areas for metallic minerals. Of these, only a small percentage has been covered by present mining permits. The Philippines metal deposit is estimated at 21.5 billion metric tons, and non-metallic minerals are estimated at 19.3 billion metric tons. Environmentalists blame mining companies for contributing to massive siltation of rivers, poisoning the waterways and agricultural fields with toxic chemicals and rendering communities more valuable to flooding. At the same time, local communities affected by mining complain about the loss of their former livelihood in fishing, agriculture, and forestry. We have seen the devastating effects of some of the mining operations, the spillages of mine tailings in different places. The adverse social impact on the affected communities, people living in the mountains and along the affected shorelines can no longer avail the bounty of nature. Mining poses tremendous risks to life and limb, not only to miners but to the community as well. Countless accidents have happened and have affected thousands of miners in our country, directly or indirectly caused by hazardous mining operations. There's a very high social cost of mining and the impact on the society is immeasurable. Mining can become more environmentally sustainable by developing and integrating practices that reduce environmental impact of mining operations. These practices include measures such as reducing water and energy consumption, minimizing land disturbance and waste production, preventing soil, water, and air pollution at mine sites, and conducting successful mine closure and reclamation activities. The mining monitoring team should monitor the environmental programs of large-scale mining companies. The government must also identify no-go zones that should not be open to mining, such as areas critical for other economic activities like agriculture, tourism, biodiversity, island ecosystems, and protected areas. Applications for exploration permits and mining agreements over these areas should be rejected. The monitoring of the mining production should be improved. It should be publicly disclosed in real time the ore transport permits of companies, showing the amount of minerals they sold, to whom they sell them to, and the amount of payments. Auxiliary rights include timber rights, water rights, right to possess explosive, easement rights, and right to entry into private lands and concession areas. Mining companies should also be required to incorporate the impact of their operations on the vulnerabilities of the area to climate change and include this in their risk reduction strategies. The interests of the many should outweigh the gains of the few to further preserve our bounty land.